Coming through. I guess this is the plan.
All right, hey everybody, we're here live celebrating the launch of Marvel Spider-Man tonight on PlayStation Store. We're here at Insomniac Studios. I got my man Ramon Russell here.
What's up?
That's right. And we got some really special guests here with us tonight. We've got
Very special.
Very special.
Emphasis on very special.
Amazing and spectacular.
All right, Jacinda Chu, you're the art director at Insomniac. You obviously worked on Marvel's Spider-Man. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And we have Bill Roseman from Marvel Games, expert at all things Marvel.
Hey, true believers.
That's right. And Brian Intihar, the creative director of Marvel Spider-Man.
Sid, you got it right. Good
All
job.
right. That's what I was looking
You got
for
the last
there.
name right. You got it.
So we got a big show tonight. Just a couple of things I'm going to call out up front just to keep people's interest. You know, we're going to show a little bit of rare prototype footage of the game. That's going to be later in the show. Tons of live gameplay. But before we get into all that and all the cool stuff we're going to be doing, I just want to kind of lob a question out to you folks.
Sure.
This game goes live in 90 minutes on PlayStation Store. You've all worked for years. You spent years of your life on it, late nights.
True.
What do you think? Jacinda, what's on your mind right now?
I'm super excited, a little bit tired because it's been really, really hectic. But like I said, I hope the fans enjoy the game as much as we, loved creating it. So.
Yeah, total passion project, I know. Certainly for you, Bill, you've got a long history with Marvel. What's your take?
I've loved Spider-Man since I was 6 years old. This was a dream for me. It feels like my life in many crazy ways was leading to this moment, and it's been a thrill to work with Insomniac and PlayStation. And now, after years of working on the game, the fact that it's coming down to minutes, that it's actually coming out, and all the fans out there get to play the game. And I think they'll realize it was by fans, for fans. We're lucky to be here. It's awesome.
Very nice, very nice. And then Brian Intihar, creative director, industry veteran. This is like a legendary collaboration between these three groups.
Yeah.
What's on your mind right now?
Well, once again, I have to follow Bill Roseman, which is really hard. Every time, it's always. It's been a dream project. I mean, yesterday I talked about how I get to work with the best people in the industry, whether it's Marvel and it's Sony, and we obviously we've had a long history working with Sony. So people like Connie Booth, Mark Cerny, Grady Hunt, who you're gonna meet later today. The game is great because of the collaboration between these three studios, and we all push each other to be better, be greater. Like that.
There you go. Very nice.
What you
Better
did
like
there.
that. And really, it's been. I know I'm a better developer because of the people I've worked with, and this studio really was able to deliver a great Spider-Man experience in a great video game.
Well said. What can we say? Ramon, why don't you give us a little sneak peek? What's in store?
Ooh, we've got so much to get into.
Yeah?
We're going to reveal a brand new suit by a beloved Marvel artist.
Oh.
We're also going to take a new sneak peek at Into the Spider-Verse, the movie in theaters this December. We're going to see lots of gameplay today, but we've got something real special for the fans. We're running a sweepstakes tonight. We're going to give away these two awesome swag bundles. The swag bundles has a few of those really awesome bobbleheads and the Mondo vinyl, and we're going to give away one limited edition PS4 Pro bundle, which you're seeing on screen right now.
How do I get all that stuff? How do I enter?
Well, you go to PlayStation.com
Yeah.
/Spider-Man for all the rules, and it'll tell you how to enter and win those awesome prizes.
You know what else?
Can we pause while I
I know.
Y'all can't enter.
I want to
No,
enter.
employees can't.
Would it be awkward if we won them?
It would be
illegal.
You know what?
Illegal, yeah.
Probably illegal. If you hit up that site too, you also can get a free dynamic theme for your PS4, but you gotta act quick, so do that as well. One little detail actually I wanted to point out as well. We had something that just went live on the Apple Store, for iOS. And it's this Spider-Man sticker pack. Let's get a quick look at that. I know that's out tonight on iOS. And Jacinda, did you have something to do with this?
I did. I love stickers.
Yeah?
I actually just found
Look at
out about
this.
this myself, and I saw this. Oh my God, it's
These
so
are awesome.
cool! I saw this on a computer monitor right before this, and I was like, "What is that?" And they told me this the sticker pack, the real live one for the phone. That's amazing. I'm gonna buy this.
I've already been using it.
What?
Yeah,
You've already got it?
I already got it, and I've been texting back with my sister,
Kidding me?
friends of mine. Yeah, or already,
man.
it's already been being used. Like
know.
I sent my wife the one with the little hearts in the eyes. Yeah.
So that sticker pack out tonight on iOS, just in
Yeah.
time for the game hitting PlayStation Store later tonight. That's 9 p.m. Pacific or
awesome.
midnight if you're on the East Coast.
Awesome.
Wow, what a big show! I say, you know what? Let's just play the game. Let's
play the game?
Let's get to the game. Let's
Start
get to the
with
game.
PS4 Pro.
So yeah, PS4 Pro, we're gonna go all the way on this one, going up for the full experience here. And we have one of our Insoms here is actually gonna be playing for us because they really know how to play this one. But I wanna hear from you guys. I mean, mechanics I know are so important when you're designing like a game, certainly a game with such a legacy behind it, and one that's gotten the kind of review scores that Marvel Spider-Man has. So tell me a little bit about just the mechanical emphasis for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, you know, at any game we've made, whether it's Ratchet, Resistance, Sunset Overdrive, mechanics are king. You know, we want to make sure that, you know, we want to build have a great story and have a great world, but at the end of the day, putting you in control of that character and someone as iconic as Spider-Man, who has such iconic movements, swinging, combat, we want that all to feel really great. And, you know, kind of the philosophy was we want you to feel like a superhero right away, but a greater one over time. And I feel like we've achieved that.
And we're seeing some of the maybe the slightly more humble beginnings here early in the game, and we're seeing Fisk, Kingpin. Like, Bill, long legacy for this character.
Exactly, and we picked him specifically, one, because people know Fisk from the Daredevil show on Netflix, and we wanted to kick it off with the story of, sometimes when Spider-Man wins, he loses. So in this story, you go up against Fisk, and after years of trying to take him down, you finally do. And Spider-Man thinks, okay, I did it. Maybe I can step back from being Spider-Man so much and concentrate on being Peter Parker. But what you find as you play the game is you've created a power vacuum. And taking out the Kingpin is like knocking over a domino. So once again, he has won, but Spider-Man has also lost. And now, as his famous saying goes, with great power, there must come great responsibility. He's used his powers to take down Kingpin. It's his responsibility, it's your responsibility as Spider-Man to take care of what your actions have caused.
Yeah, I mean, essentially the game kind of begins where another story ends, and really it's about capping off a long 8-year battle with the Kingpin, and like Bill said, it kind of is, okay, can I find some balance in my life, and at the end of the day, kind of opens up the door to a worse threat in the city.
This just looks so good. I'm sorry. We're seeing some of these swinging mechanics here. I know you guys worked
to
really
kind
hard
of give
on
you,
this.
like, originally, you weren't gonna swing out the window originally. Somebody says, like, you gotta let people swing right away, like literally, and we made that change, and it was probably one of the best decisions we've made, because it instantly, you get to feel like Spider-Man.
Such a beautiful game, Jacinda. And I mean, just tell me a little bit, you're art director, you're close to the creative process. Tell me a little bit about sort of the approach to animation. I mean, was this stuff mocapped? Was this hand animated?
It's a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
We have a ton of really great stunt actors, so what we can mocap, we do. But there's some things that you can't mocap, because you're probably thinking, oh, did you just put someone on a rope and you swing around? It probably doesn't look as cool as you think it would. So
that means you did try.
Yeah. We did try many things, but yeah, some things you actually do have to hand key. So it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Outstanding. It's just so good. Why don't we just sit here for the next 10 to 15 minutes of awed silence and just kind of take it all in. But I mean, just the detail, and we are playing on PS4 Pro here, but just the scale, the scope, but the richness and the density of detail.
Yeah, I think one of the things is, early on, Jacinda and I had talks about the game. I mean, I think Jacinda and I were probably the first 2 people to work on the project. And we talked about treating New York City like a character. For us, New York City is probably one of the most iconic and greatest places in the world. I mean, I was just there last week and I was just like, wow, this place is so awesome. And we wanted to treat it like a character. So it has its own personality, has its own arc. And you can literally, over the course of the game, you will see the city visibly change. And that was really important to us, to treat it just like we would one of our main characters.
Bill, with this game and with all of Marvel, we often refer to it as Marvel's New York.
Marvel's New York.
What does that mean?
Well, I mean, what's great about Marvel is from the very beginning we said we're going to be the world outside your window, but with it turned up a bit, a little different. So as Brian said, it's very accurate to New York. People are saying, like, I took Spider-Man to the apartment building where I live in, and it's where it's supposed to be. So it is New York, but then it's Marvel's New York. So there are certain buildings, there are certain billboards, institutions, whether it's the Daily Bugle, whether it's Roxxon, whether it's Fisk Industries, whether it's the Avengers Tower, whether it's the Sanctum Supreme. When you go through the city, you see all the landmarks that make you know that, oh, I'm in the Marvel Universe, and here's the stuff that I want to see, and it's where it should be. And he's not the only hero in the world, and you see the buildings that indicate that he's not alone. There's other people, and it's just really accurate to what you want out of living in the Marvel Universe.
It's great insight, and if you're just tuning in, we're getting a first look here at Marvel Spider-Man. It's out tonight on PlayStation Store. We're playing on PS4 Pro here, and the game is just, this just looks tremendous. I mean, the animation, the particle effects, the character detail, the city. It's a technical marvel. If pardon the pun.
I was going to say, you said Marvel.
That was pretty good.
Again, look at some of the combat. I really love the combat system that you guys have created. There's so much flexibility. I love I'm gonna web sling you into him, and then he gonna catch these hands. I love all the different gadgets that you
And what
put
was
in
the
game.
phrase from the very beginning of his fighting style?
It was an acrobatic improviser. I mean, that was really what we really wanted to. I mean, he's his character, whether it's traversing and now even in combat, we wanted a sense of flow and fluidity, and to get him off the ground, we wanted. I always call him like the ping pong ball. He's just kind of zipping back and forth, but for us, it was beyond going just the melee. It was about integrating the webs in a lot of different ways, looking at the environment and seeing all the different things you can interact with to use to your advantage, and then mixing in things like gadgets. Obviously we've made a lot of games with a lot of great gadgets, bringing that kind of our design sense to Spider-Man because he's such a tech gadget guy. And then lastly, we have suit powers, and those are something which was really awesome. It's really a great testament of Sony, Marvel, and Insomniac coming together of like, hey, this really hasn't been done really before a lot, so can we try this out? And everyone was like, thumbs up, let's go for it.
That's great. And one of the things I noticed too is Spider-Man has the ability to sort of improvise with manhole covers, with car doors.
Yeah.
How did that kind of come about?
I think for us it was really about there's a sense of style to how he fights, and he should be. Remember, he has been Spider-Man for 8 years now. He's honed some of his craft, so he should be at the point of his career where it's like, yeah, I can kind of have like a NFL quarterback after a while can just kind of sense what's around him and the rush or he's gotten to that state in his superhero career where he can kind of be aware of what's around him and use that to his advantage. So that's kind of, we wanted him to be like basically an athlete in his prime. He kind of understands not just what's in front of him, but what's around him, and he can use that to his advantage.
And even though the threats are very serious, he's having fun.
Yeah.
When Peter puts on that mask, he's putting aside the worries of Peter Parker. He's unleashing his inner hero. So when he's out there, as Brian says, he's styling. He's using everything around him. He's showing that he's got a sense of humor. He's intelligent. As you said, he's been doing this for 8 years. And he's having a good time. And he's using his mind and his abilities against all his foes.
Yeah, it's liberating, and there's that duality, of course, to Spider-Man and Peter Parker. That's something I know you talk a lot about, Bill.
Well, we really wanted to hit on from the very beginning. We talked on the phone, and we're just talking about just what makes good Spider-Man stories. And what I was taught.
I took 11 pages of notes. 1 hour, 11 pages of notes.
So I've been lucky enough to work for Marvel for 20 years now. And when you work for Marvel, you need to be a sponge, and you learn and absorb. And something I learned early by one of my bosses, Tom Brevoort, who still works at Marvel as an editor, he boiled it down and said, the best Spider-Man stories are when Peter's civilian world and Spider-Man's superhero world collide. So the worlds colliding, that was our goal. And by that we mean we wanted to see Peter and know about his worries, and then see how the people that he loves are beginning to be threatened by people who want to hurt him. So that's when the drama, and that's when you care. You care about the person under the mask, and you care about who he's trying to save. And that is the Marvel magic of putting the human in the superhuman and adding that extra depth and complexity to the character. And I think Insomniac nailed it.
Wow.
We nailed it.
We all nailed it.
We all nailed it.
Jacinda, from your perspective, this duality, seems to have ramifications on sort of the art side as well. How did you sort of want to capture that duality between sort of Peter Parker, the everyday citizen, and Spider-Man, who is not an everyday citizen?
I think a lot of that comes from environmental storytelling and obviously the character design as well. And as you guys just saw, when we first started the game, you get a lot of I guess, background on Peter Parker just looking at his apartment. And you can see right away that he has to make a choice. And again, you'll see that he's got to make a choice between, am I going to pay my rent, or am I going to go like fight crime? So this is played out throughout all of the art, basically, because we want to be able to show his human side at all times. And you see that, again, through his character design and through the environments, but then also show the clash that he has with being a superhero.
That's great. So tell us a little bit about kind of where we're at now. What are we seeing here?
So this is literally the first mission in the game, and we start out with a bang. It's basically a full-on onslaught on the Fisk Tower. Fisk is trying to head out of town, and Yuri Watanabe, the police captain, says, "Spider-Man, we need your help." Swing on by, so he comes in, and he's basically working his way up Fisk Tower to meet up with Fisk. And here's an example of worlds colliding. He's dealing with Fisk, but Aunt May is calling him and asking him what's going on, and he says, she goes, "What's all that racket?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm just watching a superhero movie." So constantly, even in the throes of this epic fight and this mission, you're still seeing his worlds being colliding. So I think, and it's something like we worked a lot to constantly have that in our mind while we were developing this game.
It's really awesome. So there's this feature that you guys revealed about a week ago, photo mode.
Oh. That's Jacinda's baby.
All right, tell us about photo mode, Jacinda.
It's my baby. Well, I mean, when I first knew that we had to do photo mode, the programmers, designers asked me like what my feature list was. And I was like, well, we want a regular photo mode. And I was like, well, you got to do Spidey selfie mode, right? Because if you think about what real life like Daredevils would do, they would climb to the highest building and take a selfie from there. So that was a big part of it. And then the other part that I really wanted to get into our photo mode was just kind of like, I guess, the Instagram life or the app life, right? Because nowadays when you take a selfie, like you expect to be able to put a frame on something, put a filter on something, put stickers on things. And we've done that and cranked it up to 11
So great.
with
Oh, yeah.
Spider-Man.
This is terrific.
This is
Stickers.
amazing.
And I think the other thing is like, one thing, there are so many great photo modes for so many of the first-party PlayStation games, and we're like, well, we have to put our spin on it. We have to like make sure it feels Insomniac, feels Marvel, feels Spider-Man, and I think Jacinda and the team did that. Like, I mean,
This is like
putting
next
it
level
like straight up.
photo.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
And it feels so right for Spider-Man because people know Peter Parker used to be a photojournalist for the Daily Bugle, and now in our story, Mary Jane, she is working for the Daily Bugle. So it feels right, it feels organic to the world of Spider-Man. And it's all those extra details that make it, that just feel good, that feels right, things you want in a Spider-Man game. And so to deliver it, it just feels great.
I love all these developers almost trying to outdo each other.
Yeah, that's exactly
it's
what's
like
happening.
competition.
That's exactly what's happened.
God of War, we're on. It's on.
Yeah, wow. This is really cool, though. I love, just like bringing in that comic book, visual vocabulary. Just so cool. And I think we're seeing this is stuff that actually folks at Insomniac captured this. So we're seeing kind of the pros at work here showing what you can really do with this photo mode. And it's
In extremely fast forward mode.
And what was really great about working with Marvel Games is they have access to like all of the history of Spider-Man in comic book form, so we're able to leverage all of that, and that's how we're able to do like a lot of these Spider-Man covers. And I think fans are going to have a joy just
they're gonna go
creating
crazy.
these.
Look at all these. It's terrific. And these are some Insomniac selects here. I love the comic book cover.
And then it's the classic Amazing Spider-Man logo. It's the real thing.
Yeah, all legit and authentic.
And we plan to continue to support photo mode.
Oh, okay.
Nice little nugget
Say no
here.
more for now, but I'm glad you're back. Let's get back to that
I don't know if I get in
gameplay.
trouble for saying that, but
You're
Game
safe,
Watch is
you're
safe.
safe on my account, yeah.
Let's
get back to some of that gameplay footage, check out a little bit more of that. Checking out the first part of the game here, just the opening sequences, and just some great acrobatic combat here. You can knock enemies up into the air.
Yep.
You can use objects in the environment. That was a vending machine, I think, there.
Yeah.
Just really, really cool, really, really stylish. And I guess Brian, one question I'd have for you is like, how did you avoid the temptation or the trap of this just becoming kind of a button masher beat 'em up?
I think that there starts with we had to be true to the character and really make sure that we were leveraging what makes Spider-Man unique. But there's also a lot of great action games out there, and we knew that it was going to be adjudged based on those titles.
Yeah.
While so many people, there's a fantasy fulfillment of being Spider-Man and nailing it. All the credit really goes to the combat team. They put a lot of work in, and it really started to crystallize as we, started kind of getting to the later half of development. And what was really, really fun for me was I would take the game home a lot on the weekends and try stuff out, and I didn't know something was in the game, and I'd be like, emailing the comic team, going, oh my God, you guys added this? And like little surprises here or there. And over the course of development, it became more and more sandboxy. Like I would say, I wonder if I was to put a web there and get the guy's attention, and then maybe put a tripwire there, if he steps on it, would he get sucked down? And what do I know? Boom, it does. Like, or if I punch a guy up in the air and then I start webbing him in midair, if I pull him down, will he stick to the ground? It does. And like, it was one of all those little things I hope that people try to experiment, and I think that's when you have all the different elements, whether it's the melee, the webs, the gadgets, the suit powers, and just his overall acrobatic nature. I think you're gonna discover things that you didn't know were possible. Plus, our whole progression tree. So you're gonna be unlocking a bunch of new skills over the course of the game.
And here is a great homage to Amazing Spider-Man 33. Spider-Man lifting the weight of the world off his shoulders.
That is
Love that
awesome.
they picked the little moments from the comics, brought them to life.
So yeah, that's interesting because I have a passing familiarity with the Spider-Man comics, but not the way you do, Bill, not the way you do, Brian, or Jacinta.
He knows a lot more than I
This guy.
How did you approach that? I'm sure there's a lot of stuff like this, right?
You know, our goal is, with everything that Marvel creates, we want to make it accessible to everyone. We always say, hey, this comic book might be your first comic book.
Yeah.
So while there can be mystery, you shouldn't be confused. So we want to make sure that everyone is named, we know where we are, we know who everybody is, we understand the relationships. That said, we wanted to pack the game with as many, I won't even say Easter eggs, they're building blocks of the universe. We wanted to say, hey, if it's not just a gas station, let's make it a Roxxon gas station. If you know what Roxxon is, you're like, that's cool, that's that evil company that's in Cloak and Dagger TV show. If you don't, it just looks cool. And so there's all these elements that it rewards the longtime fans. If you don't know what it is, it works and it's cool.
But it doesn't alienate anybody. I think for us, one thing I've noticed over the years is just Marvel it's always been big, but it's like a behemoth now, and so many people are coming to Marvel so many different ways, whether it's the comics, the TV shows, the movies, obviously, and we felt like this game is hitting at the right time to embrace all those people who, I'm not sure, but like I've seen this is great stuff in these other mediums. I'm going to try it out here. We wanted to bring all those people in, and we've always said, yeah, it's a great superhero fantasy, but it's also a very human story. This is a coming age story of Peter becoming a young adult and understanding what those responsibilities mean to that phase of his life. So it was really important for us to nail both the superhero experience, but also the human story. So no matter what, there's something you can identify with this game.
But the fans are really going to get.
Yeah, I mean, of course, we're going to make it Spider-Man. Yeah. We're going to make it. We're going to want to make it so there's a lot of Easter eggs and moments for them.
Lots of Easter eggs.
Yeah, speaking of that photo mode, I can't imagine how many photos are going to be taken over the months and years showing, did you see this detail? Check this out.
Yeah, I can't wait to see all the fan photos. I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, you'll see them in about an hour?
Yeah.
Don't have
That's
to wait
right.
that long.
They'll be everywhere. I don't think we'll be able to get away from it. But I got to say, for it's tough designing the first level in a game, right? It's the whole on-ramp to the entire experience. I gotta say, I'm really impressed.
I'm looking at our game director, Ryan Smith, off camera, and we're just smiling because, not only just you want to start off with, a very grab you moment, but we're doing a lot of training. That goes through a lot of iteration through just getting people internally, externally to play it. So it's something we always tell the designer who's working on it, just be patient. It's going to change a lot. It's okay. It's going to be, and Shane, who was designer on this mission, was very, very patient. And at the end of the day, we feel it really kind of starts the game off how we always envision it to be.
It's big, it's varied, there's lots to do, lots to see.
Yeah.
Just a heck of a first level, I have to say.
Yeah, we really wanted you, like I said, right off the bat, make you feel like a superhero and have you fight, at this point, your greatest adversary, and that's what he's just about to do when he opens the door.
Let's see what happens.
The inner lair.
Inner lair, of course.
Inner lair. As Jacinta said earlier, the amount of visual storytelling the game does, from the very humble apartment of Peter Parker. You understand how old he is, what he cares about, how he's divided about, hey, do I do something personal, pay the rent, or go out and save the world, to now this tower, this gleaming gold tower that the Kingpin is in, and a lot of the items that are in the office. Oh, he's into Japanese culture, and you see that behind him. That's from the comics. So it's all these environmental elements that tell the story of what kind of person Peter is, what kind of person Kingpin
And
is.
I got to give a lot of credit to Jacinda because that apartment is like the nods that she put in there are insane. Like the plant.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of Easter eggs. In
There's a
yeah, there's a lot of
ton.
Easter eggs.
Yeah, there's a poor neglected plant because he's out saving the city. He doesn't have time to
Doesn't have
water
time
his
to
But
plant.
that plant is specifically from a comic book.
Yeah,
comic.
it's from the comic book, so you
Yeah.
guys should check. There's actually a lot of Easter eggs embedded in that apartment, so
Yeah.
I hope the fans do another look and hopefully find everything.
Oh, they're gonna find it. Some tells me they're gonna find everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when we were designing Kingpin's lair, like the other thing we worked on was, making it feel a bit royal. So that's why it's very grand. You can see there's a lot of gold and marble. So even though there's a lot of the kind of Zen Japanese aesthetic, because that's kind of part of his history, you can also tell kind of the life that he lives, and what he's into by his environment.
And starting with the Kingpin, it's such a great example of a David versus Goliath story. And really fun Spider-Man stories are when he's up against someone who's larger than him. So you get to really showcase, he's the guy who uses his agility. He may not be as big as his villains, he may not be as strong as them, but it's his mind and his agility that's going to help him save the day and defeat them.
And I think another thing, by the way, I haven't seen that finisher in a long time. That looked awesome. Sorry, I still get really excited when I see the game. Another thing was a lot of people are really surprised when we tell them, yeah, you take down the Kingpin and he's out of commission. And we did that on purpose because we wanted people to understand, like, this is something different. You don't have to, we said we want to create a unique Spider-Man universe that was very respectful of the DNA of the franchise and the character, but we weren't going to be afraid to mix things up. And that's a good example of taking down the Kingpin being his main adversary, and then right after this, who Peter works for, and MJ's role, and the inclusion of Miles, and a lot of different things.
Another important thing about the scene is, as you just saw, his costume is getting damaged.
Yeah, that was
Costume
really
is getting damaged. So if you notice, the costume he's wearing now, it's his classic suit.
Oh, yeah.
It's not what we call the advanced suit with the white spider.
How about that? I didn't even notice. I was so caught up in the rest of it. Yeah.
So as you play,
See, it's so hard
there
to
you
guess.
go. There you go. I don't want to spoil any of the story of why, but we give at least a reasoning here. Why does he have to change? Oh, it's getting damaged. So there's storytelling in every part of the game.
that was something we talked about really, really early on. Was everything we tried to do was rooted in some type of narrative. We have these things called pigeon chases. We have to track down all these pigeons. There's a narrative reason why you're doing it.
right.
Like, it might sound kind of crazy you're going after these pigeons, but there is a story, there's a narrative, there's an NPC that you're connected to, that you understand why he's obsessed with the pigeons. So from that to the towers to obviously fighting the Kingpin to other things, everything we did, even in the design of the suit, is all rooted in the story. Because at the end of the day, everything with Marvel starts with our story.
That's right. That's great, and I respect that a lot, that sort of fidelity to the original vision. Obviously, really, I can't think of a bigger superhero worldwide than Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's been non-stop popular from his very first appearance. Quick funny story, when he appeared first in Amazing Fantasy 15, the publisher canceled the book. And then the sales came in. And then he said, make more of these. And so from his very first short story, he's touched people. He's touched their hearts. People see that he's different. He's like them. Spider-Man was like a lightning bolt when he hit. He was like when the Beatles came to America. He changed everything. There's two phases of heroes. There's characters who appeared before Spider-Man, and there's everyone that came afterwards. And you have to decide, when I create this character, am I going to make it like a Spider-Man, who is human, who has feet of clay, who has challenges, who isn't the jock, he's the nerd, but he has this heart that makes him use his powers to help everyone. Am I going to make my character challenged like that, or am I going to make him a more perfect hero? And I think people just love this hero who is like them.
Yeah, they can identify on some level, despite the spectacle, they see there's a real person in there. So that was a new look at Marvel's Spider-Man. It's coming out in, about an hour on PlayStation Store.
For some seconds, I was like, he's going to say September 7th, and I'm like,
I
wait,
know.
no, it's
Yeah.
like an hour from now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So, something, we did talk a bit about photo mode, which I know is going to be quite a sensation based on what we've seen with God of War and all the other great games that have incorporated it. But there's something else we haven't talked a whole lot about. Ramon?
Stunt buttons.
There's like a stunt button in the game, right?
Oh, the tricks.
The tricks, the air tricks.
Yeah, let's check this out. So we're
Yes,
seeing
the
these tricks. Look at that.
Yeah. So, like we said, he has been Spider-Man for 8 years. He should be pretty a lot of style when he's swinging around. So, this actually came online relatively later in development, where we're like, we want to add a little more flair. We want to add a little more control to how you move around the city. So, actually, one of the skills you can unlock is air tricks, and it's just some button combinations. And as you do it, you can actually earn a little extra XP. So, if you're looking for that, just that little bump to move up an extra level, you can start doing some cool tricks.
And again, I love that it's about his character. He's having fun.
Yeah.
He's having delight in being, we have to be stuck in traffic. We have to be down, we have to walk on the streets, we have to be in the subway.
Yeah.
He's up above it all. And how fun would that be?
And that's a great, and that idea that the tricks is a great idea of what makes Insomniac great, because that didn't come from me, that didn't come from Jacinda, it didn't come from Ryan, our game director. It was one of our designers and working with the traversal team going, hey, I think we should add this, or an animator getting really excited about it. And we just let that team run. And the best ideas every game we make are that. It's the team finding something they really love. Like, I was just talking to a designer before we came on camera about something else. And just, I get excited. I'm like, just run with it, just go with it. It looks great. And then when they get excited, it just becomes even better.
Yeah, I was going to say fast travel is another great example.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you want to quickly travel throughout the world, you can actually take the subway. But it was something that one of the designers pitched, and it wasn't part of, it wasn't really an emphasis in the design doc, but once they showed us a proof of concept, we loved it.
Yeah, on the sly, he worked with a little, he did it himself, and then he had like little help from an animator, and he almost came over he felt like he was in trouble, and we were just like, how many can we make of these?
Yeah.
And then that's how fast travel came to be.
And in true Spider-Man form, it's charming. He's down there, he's checking his phone.
Yeah.
It's those little human moments, again, that make why everyone loves Spider-Man so much.
Wow, so inspiring to hear you guys just talk about this game, and obviously really exciting that it's so close to launching. But actually, I think it's time to invite some members of the cast up here to hear a little bit more from them. So stay tuned, we're gonna have the cast coming up next, but before we do that, let's take a little look at all the excitement around Marvel's Spider-Man as it gets ready for its launch worldwide.
Awesome.
これからどうするの？
街も平和になったことだし、僕も普通の生活楽しめるかも。
留守の間ここを頼むよ。私の両親が詰まった場所だ。
これ何なの？デビルズブレス？
俺様がこの街の秩序を守ってきた。
応援はどこ？
僕たちで何とかしなきゃ。
そして愛する者すべてがこの世から消える。たとえ人々が泣きすがろうと、貴様にはもうどうすることもできない。
きっとこの町にはヒーローが必要なのよ。
プレイステーション。
Welcome to Just the Facts with J. Jonah Jameson, where listeners like you discuss problems, also known as Spider-Man, with me, J. Jonah Jameson. I understand we have a low information caller who thinks we're better off thanks to Spider-Man. What's your name, caller?
Pete, Ben Riley. I just want to say that I've never seen Manhattan so safe and peaceful since Spider-Man arrived.
Well, Ben, let me set the record straight. Did crime exist before Spider-Man? Of course it did. But we're talking about two-bit thugs. Suddenly Spider-Man appears, and every copycat in town thinks it's fair game to don a crazy suit and destroy public property. And I'm not just talking about one or two. This whole city is full of these nutcases. First, it's Electro. The next thing you know, we have a guy calling himself the Vulture flying around. Oh, and don't forget what's his name in the Rhino suit.
The Rhino?
Yeah, that's the guy. You know, Wilson Fisk may have had his detractors, but at least he helped keep some order. Who knows who else is roaming the streets these days?
Okay, but doesn't it seem like Spider-Man is helping the police? I thought I read in the Daily Bugle that he and Police Chief Yuri Watanabe were on good terms.
And that's the problem. Everyone Spider-Man associates with finds themselves in the line of fire. It's impossible for his worlds not to collide at some point. Look, Ben, was it? I get that Spider-Man thinks he needs allies. But what he really needs is to let the police do their job and to let the fine people of Sable International take over when they can't.
Silver Sable's private army? I mean, are they even the good guys?
Is Spider-Man? My point is, this city needs fine, upstanding citizens, not costume freaks like Spider-Man. And that's the last word from me, J. Jonah Jameson.
PlayStation.
Knock me out right there. We're back, and we got some friends. We brought some friends of Marvel Spider-Man. So we've got Yuri Lowenthal playing Spider-Man Peter Parker. Got my man Najee Jeter, who's playing the one and only Miles Morales. Brian is still here.
I don't play anybody.
Brian plays the biggest Spider-Man nerd ever.
Well, I don't know.
Well, I'll challenge you for that.
Yeah, I would challenge you.
You did actually have Brian in a suit one.
Yeah, that's right.
Gotta talk about Bill still with us?
Greetings.
And we have Black Cat.
Hey.
Erica, what's happening?
Hi.
And we have one of our villains.
I'm the accountant.
The accountant.
I'm the intern. I brought coffee.
Mr. Negative is the most positive person I know.
I'm just happy to be here.
I know.
We got Steve O'Young, who is Mr. Negative, joining us as well. So, Marvel and Insomniac, you work to create this more experienced, wiser version of Spider-Man. Let's talk about that a little bit.
So we wanted to make a wiser one, that we chose somebody like Yuri, who's opposite of that. No, it was really, I think for us was, the origin story had kind of been done a lot already, and we said, what's another point in Peter's life that would be pretty memorable for a lot of people? And I remember for me, when I graduated college and was paying my own bills and my own rent and trying to make a name for myself in my career, I'm like, that was pretty memorable. I was like, I think that'd be a good time to explore with Peter. And then from there on, we just started looking for who is someone that could represent that well? And the thing I kind of boiled down to someone who had humor and heart, and Yuri nailed it. Nailed it. Absolutely.
He really does.
And I remember where I was. So we put Yuri through the ringer. I mean, we asked him back 4 times. And then I remember I was actually away on the East Coast, and I said, just one more VO sample, just one more. And he's probably I've done this 1,000 times. Just one more. And it was 50 lines we asked him to do. And I was back east, and I was in a bedroom, downloading all the files. And I just closed my eyes, and I said, that's Peter Parker.
You haven't told me that story.
It's an exclusive. I saved it. But I mean, that was when I knew. And then every single day, whether it was in the VO booth or in the PCAP stage, it just came to life. And it was with all of our cast.
That's awesome. So, Najee, you're playing Miles Morales. Where does Miles find himself in Marvel Spider-Man?
Oh, man. There's a long history with Miles that my uncles actually told me about in the 80s, which I wasn't born in. I was born in the 90s,
Shut
baby.
up.
The 90s, baby. So, but anyway, so, man, Miles goes back, man. But Miles, to me, was just a a new bright character that I took into, you know, a huge liking to, because I got into my inner kid again, you know, and then also, you know, growing up on Spider-Man as well too. So, you know, when they gave me the background of Miles and then also his history and then how he is, finding out all of this and having such a great responsibility at such a young age and then taking on this whole new world, man, it's amazing, because he's like a big kid in a candy store, you know, with his first $1 million. So he just going crazy with it, but at the same time, he's trying to stay focused and then knows what's coming, you know, because it's a lot coming from Miles and Peter, but, you know.
So we do get kind of an origin story.
Yeah, and I think, and the thing is, you know, we cast, I think Yuri and Steven were cast pretty early. Woo. I got a great
Yeah, we did.
And, you know, and what happened was originally Miles was actually going to be a smaller role in the game. And then a lot of us started digging more into the comics, and I'm like, no, we gotta kind of elevate him. And I even asked you, could they coexist in the same world? And
exactly.
And you
so
said,
in the
yeah.
comic books, Miles originally came from another reality, and Brian said, could they both be in the same world? And I'm like, we can do that. I love it. And the reason I love it is it allows us to have our cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
So Peter is, like you just said, 8 years older. He's no longer a teenager, but he's still a young adult going through these more adult challenges.
Yeah.
And then we have Miles, who's kind of at the age that Peter was
15,
when he first got bit by the spider. So you get that great relationship, and again, we don't have to retell Spider-Man's origin, which we love, which is great, but it's been told so many times.
Yeah.
So it allows us to start fresh, but still kind of poke at that teenage experience.
That is
as well.
amazing.
And I think, Yuri, didn't we bring you to do the final test with Najee, to do the
I came in when we were reading Najee.
And I remember we did a couple rounds. We brought Najee back, and I said, Yuri, and can you come back and just you know? And I remember seeing them on stage again, and I was like,
right. And
that's
he walked
Peter
out,
Miles.
and he walked out, and I'm like, you bet. That's
That's the guy. That's the guy.
That's awesome.
Because that's Miles Morales.
And that was really, really fun to see their banter and the way they worked. And I mean, there's a very, one of the first scenes we ever did with these two is actually a pretty emotional scene. Oh, yeah. And I was just like, oh man, those guys are good.
That's awesome. So Steve, Mr. Negative.
Yes, sir.
Oh man.
Who is Mr. Negative?
The negative energy.
Mr. Negative. Who is Mr. Negative?
Who is Mr.
Bill
Negative?
and Brian would know way
Well, we knew we wanted to, showcase Spider-Man's greatest villains, like his classic villains. But then we said, as Brian was talking about earlier, let's mix it up a bit. So we picked a character, Mr. Negative, who's only been around for about 7 years. Yeah. So for many people, this is their introduction to him. They don't know who he is. But we knew that we had an
Look at that guy. Hey, Hollywood, hire this guy. Hire this guy.
We knew we had a great chance. If you think about this show, Jessica Jones on Netflix, and they introduced Kilgrave, the Purple Man, and no one really knew what he was, but they spotlighted and they showed why he was great. And so we said, that's our opportunity. We're going to get this newish character, show him to the world. They won't know who he is, but they're going to walk away saying, I love that villain.
Oh,
He's
that's
awesome.
Yeah, that is amazing.
Yeah.
So, can I please tell the story of Steven auditioning? Just real quick.
Please do it. You got to.
So Steven was literally the first person we brought in for Mr. Negative.
I was.
And he scared the living crap out of us. Wow. And the guy, you guys know Walt.
Yeah.
You guys know Walt.
Yeah.
Walt looked like the fear of God. And then Steve throws down this knife and basically says, there's nobody better than me. And we're like, yeah, man, you're the captain.
I was in it, man.
You was in it to win it,
That's
man.
funny. I had a suit on and everything.
You
I didn't
did?
even know. Yes,
Wow.
ironically, I had a black suit with a whatever, and then we had to do this thing.
A lot of the
You
times
brought a knife
when we
to the
first-
audition?
Yeah, when first people bring people in, we don't tell them.
Oh, nice.
Man, that guy's stunt double is amazing. Who is that stunt double?
And another reason why Mr. Negative is so cool is he symbolizes that idea of worlds colliding.
Yep.
So Peter's Aunt May works at the Feast homeless shelters that are run and funded by Martin Lee.
Yeah.
Martin Lee is also, oh my gosh, he's Mr. Negative. He's Spider-Man's.
Spoiler alert.
So it's
No spoilers tonight.
Oh my gosh. My aunt's boss is a villain and could endanger my aunt. Boom, worlds colliding.
Worlds colliding. So, The City That Never Sleeps is the DLC post-launch content coming to Marvel's Spider-Man. And Miss Erica, you were playing Black Cat, who was in that first episode.
Yes,
so
I
tell us a
am.
little bit about that.
Oh, I don't know how much I'm allowed to say.
So stay away from spoilers.
Let Brian say.
So we don't get in trouble. I'll get us in trouble.
There's the
So we
teaser.
actually Black Cat, she is in the standalone game that you're going to play in about, I don't know, like 35 minutes or something. And we kind of set up that they've had a history, and Black Cat is basically the featured character of our first piece of DLC, which you see here.
Yeah.
And that was another great example of just when I heard the audition, I was like, Black Cat.
Oh, really? That's
Oh
so
my
cool.
God.
A lot of times what I do is before we've actually created a model, I actually will just grab a clip. I'll go to I'll Google Black Cat or Spider-Man or something. And which, by the way, be careful when you Google Black Cat.
And Spider-Man together.
Sorry. And you just close your eyes and you're like, okay, or look at the concept image and go, okay, could this be the voice? And it was perfect.
Oh, well, thank you so much for
You're very
letting me
welcome.
be a part of this.
Welcome.
This Black Cat suit that you're seeing right there, it's another great example of what the Insomniac team did, and that's you get a character, you get a villain's look, and you think, how can we modernize it? Because some of these characters were invented 30, 40 years ago.
Yeah.
How can you modernize it? How can you take a character but still maintain who they are, be respectful of what the colors of their suit, the color blocking, so that when you look at it, you're saying, well, I've never seen that version of Black Cat before, but that's Black Cat.
Yeah.
So it's modern, it's accessible, it's innovative, it's authentic, but it's ownable.
I will say, I mean, I can't say anything about to the plot, but I think that Felicia Hardy has been somebody who has done her damnedest to be unencumbered by feelings and emotions, and Spider-Man is sort of the only person, or Peter Parker is sort of the only person who's ever bucked that system for her. So, and that's why it makes their dynamic so interesting, and I love it. And I love that you feel it just even in that teaser. Yeah.
I wish I had thought of that.
Right.
That's I knew you should have said that. It's right.
She likes Peter because Peter feels for her.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Very good.
Yeah.
So Steve, Mr. Negative is a relatively newer villain, right?
Yeah, like 10
So
years.
how does he mesh with the rest of the villain cast in Spider-Man?
Are you trying to rank him? Because he's dope. I will literally fight anyone. I could do it too. I'm just saying. How does he rank? Well, obviously, I'm very biased. So I think he's legit. I'm literally all these other villains. Vulture, seen him, been there, done that. Sorry, no offense.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying.
But you got some cool inner demons. You got your inner demons.
I got my inner demons, and for me, I do think he's a complicated character, and I do think he's a sympathetic character too.
Yeah.
I also think he's super handsome.
Yeah.
And ridiculously talented. So yeah, that's where he ranks for me.
I think that was another thing we wanted to focus on was make the villain's motivation something that you could understand. He might be doing terrible things, but there's a reason why. And it's not just because, I just want to destroy the city. There's something, as you play the game, because the campaign is really, really long, you're going to start to discover that what drives Martin to be Mr. Negative and what he's doing to the city and going after certain people is very personal. And we want to make sure that it was a very three-dimensional character.
That's awesome.
And Steve did a great job.
And credit to the writers, John and everybody, and Brian. And, because when I saw the reasoning, it was very emotional, and I don't have emotions.
Yeah, none.
So
the writers had to give something.
Really get that in there.
All right, so one last question. This is to you, Yuri. Yeah. What has been the most funnest part about playing Spider-Man?
Waking up in the morning and going, I gotta go to work. Oh, my job is being Spider-Man. This is the best. I can't wait to get to work. That is. And it's such a great, this has been such a great family to work with. There hasn't been a dud in the bunch, and everybody, loves what we're doing. And there's so many, I could trust what was coming from the team because everybody loves Spider-Man so much. I knew they were not gonna let me mess up.
That's really awesome. So we talked about the City That Never Sleeps DLC. There's 3 episodes of that. We have The Heist, which comes out in October. We have Turf Wars, which is releasing in November. And we have Silver Lining coming out in December. So next, we're going to take a look at a brand new look at Into the Spider-Verse in theaters this December. But first, we're going to see what Spider-Man looks like and sounds like to our fans in Brazil.
Oh, that's awesome.
O que tá acontecendo com a cidade, Yuri?
Eu não sei. Parece o fim do mundo. Talvez seja.
Peter Parker, me diga, como é que você está?
A cidade está em perigo e precisa da nossa ajuda.
Toda a nossa ajuda. Então tá, vai que é sua, chefe.
Uma gangue de loucos fantasiados está destruindo a cidade aos poucos. Tá na hora de retribuir o favor.
Isso trouxe uma nova oportunidade.
Você sabe que quanto mais se aproxima, mais se torna um alvo, né?
Se eu me aproximar, nossa chance de detê-los aumenta.
Mandei Silver Sable e sua equipe lhe atacarem diretamente. A cidade já cansou da sua atuação como vigilante. Você é o inimigo oficial do povo.
Vamos, Peter!
Como eu te ligo? Você tem tipo um celular no seu bolso, sei lá.
PlayStation.
Welcome to Just the Facts with J. Jonah Jameson, alerting the fine citizens of New York City to the threats they don't even know about. Namely, that menace, Spider-Man. Our first caller is... What'd you say your name was?
Hi, this is Peter Patterson. Don't you think you're a little hard on Spider-Man?
Let me tell you something, Patterson. Spider-Man treats New York City as his own personal playground. Just yesterday, I saw him doing backflips and 360s. Disgraceful. Running and crawling on buildings. In fact, I have it on good authority that he's been doing swan dives off of skyscrapers. It seems the more confident he gets, the more creative he gets. Walk like a normal person.
Come on, what's wrong with a little sightseeing? New York is super diverse and constantly changing. Maybe he's just looking for vantage points to monitor crime?
Crime he's causing, you mean? Sources tell me he has backpacks filled with who knows what hidden throughout the city. Unauthorized research stations. Get a permit like the rest of us, loser! Ever since he came onto the scene, prancing around like an 80s action hero, gangs have been setting up shop, using warehouses, construction sites, and rooftops as bases of operation, putting lives at risk. Who does he think he is? Spider Cop?
I really feel like he's trying to help people.
I don't want to hear it. The fine people of New York deserve better.
My uncle once said, with great power, there must also come great responsibility. Maybe this is just his way of growing into the hero he wants to be. And from what I've seen, the people seem to be A-okay with that.
Agree to disagree, Patterson. Spider-Man only cares about one thing. Himself! Jameson out.
PlayStation.
Hey, welcome back. We're here live, counting down the final minutes until Marvel Spider-Man launches on PlayStation Store. We've got a couple new faces here. I think they're probably pretty familiar to some of you fans out there. One of them here, welcome, Agent M, Ryan Panagos.
What up?
What's
happening?
And we've also got John Paquette here, the lead writer here at
That's right.
Insomniac. He's wrote Marvel Spider-Man.
That's right, yeah.
Welcome to the program here
Thank
tonight.
you.
Of course, we've got Bill and Jacinda as well. And we want to have a little discussion here.
Yeah,
Ramon?
big news. Spider-Geddon just got revealed, right? And Marvel Spider-Man is entering official Marvel comic book
Yes.
Spider-Man canon. How awesome is that?
It's amazing. I got the call from Nick Lowe, who's an editor at Marvel Comics, and he said, "Bill, we had an idea. We want to put Spider-Man from your game into the comics." And I'm like, "Tell me more. How are we going to do this?" So there is a big 6-part event. Actually, it's leading up to it now. There's some one-shots called Edge of Spider-Geddon that's leading up to it. Now, in Spider-Geddon number 0,
September 26th.
which is the last week of September, it opens and it's our Spider-Man from the game. It's set in this Spider-Man's world, and it's actually set after the game. And I won't spoil how it happens, but from that issue, our Spider-Man leaps into the official Marvel reality and intersects with all the other Spider-Mans in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, what you guys are seeing on the screen, it was so cool. It was like, that's the cover.
That's page one.
Yeah.
That's page one. Art by Clayton Crane.
So
it's
good.
so awesome.
So good. And it's written by Christos Gage.
That's
Yes.
right.
So, the ties to your game is so
yeah,
cool.
Christos is one of the writers on our team, and along with Ben Arfman, and you know, he did a great job on the game, and you know, I've read early copies of this, and it's so cool. I was just telling Bill, I'm really excited for you guys to read it.
So it was page one, and you saw him talking to Mary Jane in his pop-up display, and then right now you're seeing this is the world premiere. I picked this page to show tonight. This is the exclusive world premiere of our game's version of a classic Marvel villain called the Tarantula.
Ooh.
And this is first time seen. We went through like, how could we change him, make him a little more modern, but still when you see him, he's got that red suit with the big black spider. The tarantula in the comic books has these blades that come out of his feet. Our tarantula has blades coming out of his hands and these arms, these extractable arms that come in and out. So, world premiere, our version, Tarantula.
Also, great mustache. Tarantula's always had
epic,
stunning mustache.
As my son Peter would say, hello Peter, you gotta go home tonight, you gotta go to bed soon. He has an epic mustache.
So one of the cool things that we do is we have these comics retreats at Marvel. And so every couple months, we get our greatest writers in a big room, all the editors. Bill comes in, I sit in, there's a bunch of people from different parts, and they all tell the stories of what we're doing for the next couple of years. And it's amazing because I remember we did this, a couple times this year, and you would get up and you would say, hey, here's what Marvel Spider-Man is.
Right.
And then you watch the wheels turn for comic book creators being like, oh, really? We can do this, can't we? And so them doing this sequel to Spider-Verse with Spider-Geddon and making it this amazing story that brings in possibly the most recognizable Spider-Man for a new generation, is pretty cool.
John, Jacinda, from the Insomniac perspective, how do you guys get involved with something like Spider-Geddon?
Well, Bill contacted me early on when we first started talking about the concept, and I was like, wait, this is like a dream come true for me, because I grew up reading the Spider-Man comics, and I'd never thought I would, be able to, have something that I worked on eventually make it into a comic. So total dream come true. But from there, we just talked about what would be the best ways to introduce him into the Marvel universe, and really we said we should have Christos do this, so that was pretty much it at the start.
Yeah, and for me, like when I first found out we were going to be in Spider-Geddon, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. When I first saw the cover, it felt unreal because I felt like we were now part of canon, and I didn't think that was going to happen. That was a surprise. It was not a given that we were going to make it into the comic book universe. And then from there, the collaboration has just been wonderful because, I mean, for me, it's kind of funny because they'll send me pages to look at. I'm like, what? I don't know.
This looks cool.
Yeah, I'm just like, this is amazing to see like these amazing comic book artists like use our character design in a comic book. Like, it's really hard for me to really say anything. I normally say this is really good. Maybe check the web a little bit. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Clayton's so good.
Yeah.
He builds some stuff in 3D, and like the way he paints over it.
Interesting.
It's fascinating. I talked to him for a while recently, and it's just like, you're a magician. You do magic.
And that was brilliant casting. That's part of what editors do. They select the artists, the writers and artists for certain stories. So we were so lucky that Christos was available because, again, as John said, that's that layer of authenticity. Oh, one of the writers on the game is going to write the comic. Who knows him better than Christos? And then it was Nick who selected Clayton Crane, and he has this hyper-realized style. When you look at it, it feels fully painted, hyper-realistic. It looks like the game. So this issue will look unlike any other comic book on the stands. And it's humbling and it's gratifying, and we're nerding out that our Spider-Man in his world is now an official reality in the Marvel Comics universe.
It's a stamp of approval. It's a stamp of approval.
It's brought in, and it's another example of how at Marvel the different divisions, we all work together. We're all one team.
Yeah.
So to see, and we owe our game in part to all of the Spider-Man comics throughout the decade. So it's like not art imitating life, but like art imitating art, and then this going, it's the circle of life.
So Spider-Geddon, when is this coming out? When are we seeing this?
Yeah, so that starts to hit in October, but like as Bill said, we have Edge of Spider-Geddon. And what is really fun, you know, we saw Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider. She is in some of the art we've seen. She's in Into the Spider-Verse, and she was introduced in the original Spider-Verse story. So the way we see our Spider-Man from the game brought into the comic stories is a very similar way. And the way I think about it is like, oh, that the popularity for Spider-Gwen over the last couple of years, I see that happening with this Spider-Man, and now he's part of the comics
People
canon.
love the suit, man. That white spider, they
it
love
looks so good.
Now, speaking of multiverses, we've got a little movie coming out, an animated film coming out this December.
Yes.
It is called Into the Spider-Verse. You guys are familiar? Have you seen
Yeah,
the
can't
trailer?
wait, can't wait.
It looks
amazing.
Well, what if I told you we have a brand new look at it right now?
Shut the front door.
Wow.
Let's
shut it.
let's
Play it.
get to that new
Cool.
clip. Let's see it right now.
This is great.
I'm Shamik Moore,
I'm Jake Johnson,
and I voice Miles Morales
and I voice Peter Parker in Spider-Man
into the Spider-Verse.
to hold you over until the Marvel Spider-Man game launch.
We brought you a sneak peek from our upcoming movie. I do get one of those beautiful red PS4s though, right? In your universe, there's only one Spider-Man, but there's another universe. You're like me. How? Spider-Verse is the first movie about a biracial superhero. Whoa!
Miles has got to learn from the more experienced Spider people. So you want to learn to be Spider-Man.
No, I have to learn to be Spider-Man.
One thing I know for sure, don't do it like me. Do it like you. This film has crazy cool action from beginning to end.
This is gonna take Spider-Man to a whole new level.
Let's go.
How many more Spider people are there?
I mean, it just looked incredible. Into the Spider-Verse in theaters this December. What do you think, Ramon?
Man, Agent M, so talk to us. How does this movie, what does this movie mean for the Spider-Man franchise?
It's incredible because it's going to introduce some amazing, you know, pun intended, Spider-Man characters to people who have never seen them before. Spider-Ham is in the, look at that.
What?
Yeah, I know, like, you didn't know? Yeah.
Peter Porker. Peter Porker, the Spider-Ham.
Yeah.
In Spider-Verse.
Yeah. Spider, which was this cool. It's this young girl who's in a mech robot, which also came out in the original Spider-Verse story, and now she's in a movie, and she's cool. Like, there's so many things, and the way they weave all these characters together. And you saw at the end there, you had Miles, you had Gwen, and you had Peter, and that is so cool to see.
The movie looks absolutely insane.
Insane, and it's in theaters this December, and we're gonna have a lot more Marvel Spider-Man coming up here shortly. But first, we're gonna be showing you a brand new suit. So we'll see you back here in just a minute.
PlayStation. PlayStation.
Self-doubt and fear can be seen as insurmountable obstacles or invitations to be greater.
Rated T for teen.
PlayStation.
All right, welcome back. We are here live at Insomniac Studios, counting down the final minutes until Marvel's Spider-Man launches on PlayStation Store and by extension PS4. So we've got some great folks up here tonight. One of the things I wanted to actually do is let's get a. Can we get check-in on the countdown clock? Actually, I want an up to the minute Okay, there we go. That's from PlayStation. 25 minutes. Unbelievable. So close. I wanted to talk, Jacinda, that's one of the reasons I have you here. Brian, of course, from creative director at Insomniac, and we've got Agent M, who's Marvel expert par excellence. I want to talk a little bit about art. So, Jacinda, this is your specialty. A lot of incredible artistic talent at the studio, at Insomniac Games. Tell me a little bit about that.
I don't even know where to start. I was gonna say, I'm so incredibly proud of the team. We have so many talented artists and animators working on this project, and their passion shows through so clearly when you play this game. And I hope at some point that they'll get more publicity as well. And in the future, we hopefully plan to show more of their work so people know exactly who the individual contributors are.
So what is the Insomniac approach to establishing the look of a game like Marvel's Spider-Man, which is really, it's coming into a very complex visual landscape, right? So how did you guys carve out a unique identity?
Well, one of the things I really liked about the comics is that when you look at each panel, the characters really pop, right? So when you play our game, you'll see that we still have a lot of color, even though it's pretty much a very realistic game. But the characters are always popping, whether you're a villain or you're Spider-Man, and that's very deliberate.
So the advanced suit, clearly it's a visual hallmark of the game. It's right there emblazoned on the cover. It's emblazoned behind us, about 6 ways from Sunday. But that's no small matter to get something like that created with the Marvel approval process and just all those, that great history and legacy behind the characters. So tell me a little bit about, from the Insomniac perspective, how did you guys go about creating this suit?
So when I look at a classic design that Marvel has, I look at 3 things. 1, what makes the design classic? 2, what do we do to make it contemporary? And then 3, how do we tie it into our narrative? So in case of the advanced suit, you'll see that, obviously I love the original Ditko suit. So you'll see that we kept the red and the blue and the really nice clean webbing. And then what makes it contemporary is, one example would be the missing red boot, right? We don't have that anymore. We have more of a sneaker, which I think ties it back into contemporary times. And then in terms of what makes it narrative and how it ties into our narrative, you'll notice that the spider is white. So weird.
I did notice
what
that.
you're seeing right now is an earlier version of the suit, right?
Oh, interesting. Yeah, so this is early concepting of what turned into the advanced suit.
Right.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
This is one of the original, when we decided to do the white spider and get rid of the more classic boots, this is one of the earlier versions of the suit.
Looks darker too.
Yep,
Yeah.
darker, and then obviously it kind of evolved to what you see today.
So good. I couldn't imagine the game without it at this point. It just feels so part of Spider-Man.
Yeah, and I was going to say the fans really embraced it too, which was really, really cool.
Yeah.
I love it. And I've seen all the cosplay
too. So good.
And fan art, it's so awesome.
Yeah, I think when we first unveiled the suit for the first time, there's that almost sticker shock. You're like, whoa, what's this? And then it was like a week later, I think it was Mike Jones, the executive producer, was Marvel Games executive producer, texted me a picture of, he was at an event where someone was wearing the suit, and we're like, first cosplay, boom. A little bit later was a tattoo, and I'm like, please let this game be good. Please let this game be good. And thankfully, they can keep their tattoos.
I like to barge into Marvel, because I work out of New York, so I visit the West Coast office every once in a while, and I like to barge into games and be like, show me cool things. And they're like, they do that, and then they'll like gauge my temperature, because I'll be honest with them about things I like and don't like. And I remember very early on them showing me the suit, and I'm like, that's cool. It's different. It's cool though. I liked it.
Yeah, it's funny. I can't even think about the legs now with having a boot. It just so fits what we've done, and I think and also from a readability standpoint, seeing the big white spider is a nice touch when you're swinging around the city.
That's awesome. So Insomniac collaborated with a lot of really talented Marvel artists. One of them was Adi Granof. Can you tell us a little bit about Adi and the suit that he created?
Oh, it's awesome. First of all, Adi it's funny because I actually met him for the first time in person in Comic-Con. I have to say he's super nice.
So nice, so quiet and polite. I had dinner with him years ago, and I was like, this guy, again, makes magic, but he's the nicest.
He's the nicest guy. And then he did this fantastic design. I really like his color choices, and it's kind of nice because he kept the red and blue but there's a different take on it. And then the other fun thing about it is we were able to play with that rigid metal paneling that I think is really cool. It's just kind of a nice break, from a lot of the stretchy material that you see on other suits.
Yeah, we were just showing some other Spider-Man art that Adi did, and he doesn't have a ton of Spider-Man art. He's done so many things for
There's
Marvel.
a lot of Iron Man.
A lot of Iron Man.
X-Men, right?
Worked on all kinds of stuff and film stuff, but he has these pieces, these covers for Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
They're just so good.
He did the pre-order theme too,
right?
Yeah.
He did the pre-order theme. I don't know if we have any footage of that, but and he also did the Velocity suit, yeah?
Yeah. So I mean, it's pretty. I mean, that's the of the pre-orders of skins. That's the last one, and it does have a. There you see it right here. And
that's the Velocity.
It was really cool to see that. We actually had at Comic-Con someone dressed up in the Velocity suit.
Yeah.
That's quite a cosplay.
That beautiful. PS4. So
I love that about the suit, that like the touches to it. When you see it, you could look at it straight up front and it looks like, oh, a Spider-Man suit, but then you actually see the armor and the elements to it make it feel so real.
Yeah, and I love that there's the incandescence, the shine on it. Like, I mean, it's so great at night.
It's great at night.
Awesome.
It looks really, cool. really, it's great. And I think, one of the things is, that was another example of we kind of thought early on, like, could we ever just create more original suits?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and we're like, let's just go for it. So, boom, here you go.
And you did create a lot of suits.
A lot of suits. A lot of suits.
And we're going to reveal one of them here right now.
World exclusive.
Jacinda, tell us about this new suit.
Oh, there's this new suit that we're going to reveal to you.
That's right.
I think we should just reveal the suit.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just reveal the suit. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Ooh, this is the first time I'm seeing half of this stuff. That looks really nice.
And this will be part of so every DLC we talked about is going to have feature new characters, new missions, new story, new activities, and it's also going to feature a bunch of new suits. And this will be one of the first new suits that people will get in the first piece of DLC.
So who's the artist on this?
It's Gabriel Delotto, who is this brilliant artist. I remember the first time I saw his art was like 2004 on this book called Secret Wars. And he does, like, what is really cool about seeing his design here is like the lines and the pointed pieces, those almost sharp looking edges to the costume. It fits his style so well. Like, that is what he does so well. He gives you that bite.
Yeah, and I love the expressive eyes and the face. Like, it's just so lovely. So.
And it also feels very different from a lot of our other suits. I think that's the thing that I really, really love about, I know everybody has their favorite suit, and we try to make everybody happy. We did. We really worked really hard. But I think there's such a great variety of all the different suits. Obviously, we have some of the more classic ones, then we had some more obscure ones. Like Spider-Punk is relatively obscure, but it feels very Insomniac, and then we have obviously a lot of the MCU suits, which is really awesome, and then we have some original suits, and this is a good example of that kind of a good breadth and depth of different things that you can wear.
I love it. Now, what's the approach to suits in terms of how they kind of interact with the game?
So when we wanted you to look the way you want to look, but also play the way you want to play, and so we said we want to add another element to combat. Could we do something with the suits? So we basically brainstormed over a few days one time with a bunch of different people from different departments about suit powers, and there's a lot of them. I'd say the majority of the suits have a power associated with them in Spider-Man 1 and in this game, and you can basically activate them at any time. But what's really cool is, like, if you have a certain suit that you like from a visual standpoint, but there's another power that's maybe associated with another suit, you can mix and match. So, like, if you like, say, the advanced suit, but you really love the Spider-Punk guitar riff, you can place that on.
There you go.
So
that's a
great
detail, yeah.
You can be the Spider-Man you want to be.
That's what I like to hear. Yeah, let's get a quick time check. I know we're getting real close. It's any minute now. 16 minutes until this game comes out.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
And like New Year's Day countdown.
I know.
Where's the ball?
Where's the ball?
We're working on the ball, but I appreciate you guys coming up here. H&M, it's always a pleasure.
Yeah,
thanks for joining us. And I'll tell you, when it comes to something like Marvel Spider-Man, I love a great score, like a great superhero score. So we're going to learn a little bit more about that for Marvel Spider-Man, but first, we're going to take a look at an incredible new CG trailer that just dropped for the game. Ooh. Let's check it out right now.
Peter, it's time to get up.
Some see self-doubt as an invitation to be greater. This is your opportunity to prove it.
Rated T for teen.
PlayStation.
Awesome new look there at Marvel's Spider-Man. It's coming out in like 15 minutes on PlayStation Store, so we're practically there. Just a couple more minutes, hang on with us. But I wanted to take a couple minutes actually to talk about the game's score. And it is scored by a composer by the name of John Paisano, which I just like the sound of that.
I love it.
Paisano. It just sounds great. Now, I was doing a little homework here, and John is actually well known for doing the Daredevil score, the Netflix series.
Yeah, that's actually one of the first kind of soundtracks I listened to. Obviously, I'm a big Daredevil fan. I love the first 2 seasons of it. I think season 3 is right on the corner. Plug. I just felt what he really captured was the emotion of the character, but he also had the ability to develop a very iconic score. That's awesome. And that's really what we want to do with Marvel Spider-Man. And I feel like there's a lot of things I'm proud of, and this is definitely on the top of that list.
So, Bill, what was your reaction to hearing the score for the very first time?
I thought it was everything we needed. It was epic. It was heroic. I love the rising power, the lifting power. So it goes so well when you're swinging through the city, and with the rising stakes of the game as you play the story. So I think it was a perfect pick. John was in the family. He understands heroes. He understands Marvel, and he delivered a truly soaring soundtrack.
And John, you're the lead writer on the game, and I mean, writing a narrative like this.
So they tell me.
Yeah. Writing a narrative for a game like Marvel Spider-Man is nothing if not sort of stirring emotions. Right. Much like a score like this. So tell me a little bit about kind of how you've
Well, the way that we develop our scenes, we start with a script, and then we do like previs, where a lot of the animators will just grab tracks off the internet or whatever. But then, as the score gets added to these scenes, you start to feel the emotions that as you were writing it, or as I was writing it, I would hope that we would get through. And I think John actually, he's one of those rare people that brings new and better emotions to the scene than I ever thought it could be. He raises everything.
A great soundtrack is going to do that. And actually, the great news is folks can actually pick up that soundtrack through Mondo. There's a vinyl set. You can pick that up. Let's check that out. I think we have a visual. Yep. So it's a 2-piece vinyl there. Disc 1 is red. Disc 2 is blue with a black swirl.
Yeah. Well, see, the album actually opens. It's double-sided. The front. There you go. There's the front. You got the Spider-Man side, and the other side is a Mr. Negative side. Ooh. And thus, that's why you have the 2 albums. You have the red for Spidey, and there we have that black, and the blue comes from the bursts of Mr. Negative. And what's really cool, in the center there is 3 of the masks that the inner demons wear. So again, this is another example of the little details that Insomniac and PlayStation and Marvel Games and now Mondo, it's the little details that make it special, and they go the extra yard.
Just tremendous fit and finish. So speaking of finish, actually we have just a few minutes left here, and we're actually going to come up next with a very special discussion and talk about how this game came together now that we're maybe 10 minutes away from its launch on PlayStation Store. And we're also going to show some never-before-seen prototype footage of Marvel Spider-Man, so don't touch that dial.
My name is John Paisano. I'm the composer for Marvel Spider-Man. In our game, Spider-Man's aged up a little bit. He's not in high school anymore. He's an older, more mature Peter Parker. We wanted to make the Peter Parker theme more emotional and introspective.
It's time to get up.
And it was a great theme, but it didn't have that propulsive energy that you might need when he got to be Spider-Man. And then through orchestration and instrumentation and arrangement, we took that Peter Parker theme and we turned it into a Spider-Man theme. It was kind of like putting on a superhero suit on the theme. When it came time to do the trailer, Blur and PlayStation were able to say, let's score this promotional spot. Let's do it live. You're taking a very thematic element now and you're putting it out there for people, so it's exactly what they're going to experience in the game. The trick always in these games, and we thought about this from the very beginning, how do we make the gameplay music as effective as the cinematic music? In movies, you have one piece of music, it's linear, it's static, it always plays the same way. You can play Spider-Man a bunch of different ways, and the music's always going to be changing and conforming depending on the player and what they're doing. So in a weird way, the player is controlling the way that score is operating. Scott and the guys over at PlayStation and the guys over at Insomniac, they developed a whole new system for how they were going to create the music for the game and how it was going to trigger the different layers and different elements so it never felt like it was looping. Or when you do play the game, it is amazing. I don't even recognize some of the cues because when you're playing it, they're just firing in so many different ways that it just feels like fresh pieces of music all the time, but it still maintains its identity with the thematic elements. You have the opportunity to go and watch Spider-Man, or do you want to go and be Spider-Man? I think everyone's going to want to go and be Spider-Man, and I think this game allows you to do that.
PlayStation.
That was a very moving look at the score for Marvel Spider-Man. I really like that piece, actually. It gets me pumped, you know? And I think that's important because we've got just a few minutes until this thing launches on PlayStation Store. We're almost there. Marvel Spider-Man almost unleashed upon the world. And we've got a couple special guests we wanted to introduce here. First, we've got Ted Price. You are the president and CEO of Insomniac Games and a prolific podcaster, if I may.
I appreciate that. It's fun to talk about games.
That's right. We've got Grady Hunt. You work with PlayStation's Worldwide Studios. You're an integral part of the production process that brought this game to life. Welcome to the show.
It's good to be here.
Absolutely. And Ryan Smith, you are the game director on Marvel's Spider-Man, so I'm glad you were able to make it.
Yeah,
thank you for stopping by. Absolutely. And of course, we've got Brian and Bill, our mainstays. Welcome. And really, folks, the topic du jour is how did this incredibly legendary collaboration come together? Walk us through it. I don't care who starts.
Well, we've worked with Insomniac for a very long time. My hair was actually black when I first started working with Insomniac. Not to imply any causation, but the first game I did with you guys was Ripto's Rage, Spyro. I guess that's 18 years ago.
Yeah.
I think Insomniac has worked with us for 20 years.
It's about 20 years, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. We've kind of grown up together. And Insomniac is one of our most beloved partners. We have always worked well with Insom. We've had a lot of success. I think Insomniac has sold multi-million unit sellers on every generation of PlayStation hardware. And I can only think of 3 Sony companies. That
wow,
that's
how
pretty
about
impressive.
That? Yeah.
So,
Ted, did you know that?
He's like, yeah, I knew it.
Now, what gave birth to Marvel's Spider-Man, though? How did Insomniac enter the picture for this?
Well, Insomniac, in a strange way, and you know, I'll defer to you guys, but it feels like every game Insomniac has made up to this point has led us to the path of Spider-Man on some level. And I mean, they're a great team. We have great partnership. They're great collaborators, and they're really good people to work with. I mean, I love these guys. And so when we decided to do Spider-Man, and Spider-Man is a character that really translates well into video games. You've got the human side with Peter Parker, and then you have the superhero side with the swinging and the webs and the fisticuff. It's a really great character, and it just felt like a very natural match.
Ted and Brian.
I remember the day.
You remember the day. Tell us about the day.
Ted, do you want to tell it?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, what was really interesting to me was that I was talking to Grady, Connie, and the question arose: would you guys be interested in working on a Marvel game? And that really took me by surprise because, as Grady pointed out, we've been working on original IP for a long time, and we never considered working on something as giant as a Marvel game. And I started asking around to the other Insomniacs, what do you guys think? Because I didn't have a really well-formed opinion. And Brian was one of the first people I asked, and his reaction was priceless.
But yeah, I went crazy. I remember because you were in a meeting and you came out and you're like, so what would you think about working with Marvel? And I was like, my eyes just like lit up. I'm like, yes, we gotta do it. Oh. And do you remember when you put the Marvel logo up in the company meeting?
Oh yeah, people went nuts. I mean,
like it was a gasp. It was like, because we're in Insomniac, we are open about everything, whatever we're doing. And I remember we had a company meeting in the theater right over here, and Ted's talking about future projects, and he goes, so I have this thing I want to talk to you guys about, possibly working with Sony and this other company, and he just puts the red brick up, and you can literally hear everybody go, and I knew right there that we were going to do it.
I think what's important is that we all grew up with Marvel, and it has become part of our our DNA, and it was such an out of left field wow moment that people just jumped right in and really gravitated towards the idea.
Bill, sorry to cut you off there, but Bill, I mean, from the Marvel perspective, when you guys start hearing PlayStation and then Insomniac.
Here's what happened about 4 years ago. I was talking to my boss, Jay Ong, and he was kind of reforming Marvel Games. And I was talking maybe about joining the games team. I used to make comics for dozens of years. And I was talking about the opportunity, and I said, well, where's Marvel's Arkham? And he says, well, we have a plan. We want to do Spider-Man with Insomniac and PlayStation. And I said, I'm in! I'm coming over! We just knew it was the magical team-up with the support of PlayStation and what Insomniac does so well, the narrative. They tell great stories, the way they use gadgets, the way their personality of their games. Those are all the things that you want in a Spider-Man game. And what you said in the article is that we love is that you look at yourself and Insomniac as a bit of an underdog.
Well, we do. I think if you ask all the team members, they will identify individually and as a team with Spider-Man and his principles and his guiding lights in terms of what helps him decide between right and wrong.
I have big news here. I hate to keep interrupting like this, but we're 3 minutes away from the launch of the game, and I wanted to just let everyone know that it's launching in 3 minutes on PlayStation Store. And I want to show 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Oh. So I know we have rare prototype footage of the game in its early state. Let's check that out right now, and let's take a walk down memory lane. Let's check this thing out. Nobody's ever seen this before.
Nice. Ryan, you remember this?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Ryan, why don't you walk us through this? Yeah.
I mean, this is a test level that we built. We knew that when we were going to do swinging, we had to get the size of the world right. We had to get the webs attaching to buildings. And so you start with the simplest world and the simplest buildings you can make. And we had to learn all the different sizes of the buildings. I'm watching him fall. What it should feel like to fall, right? How to make it feel like you're swinging.
It's a good start. Look at this.
Even when it's gray blocks, the potential's there. You see it. You see what it's going to become.
And you had to get the swing around. I mean, Brian, you've talked about this quite a bit, that the most important thing, one of the first things you guys worked on, was the swinging had to feel right and it had to look right. And even here in this very, very early,
you're on to something.
You're on to something.
Yeah. Well, I got to give a lot of credit to the gameplay programmers and the animators who all collaborated on this. Yep. And that's one of the things that we believe in heavily is different teams working together to make something special. And that there are a lot of ideas, certainly, and a lot of play testing early on where we all tried it out and were asking the tough questions. How should its webs attach? What should it feel like?
What can we interact with in the environment? What are the different options? Whether it's just the buildings, or whether we can wall run, or whether we can shoot through fire escapes. All those things have to come up during the play testing and development.
Okay, I hate to interrupt everybody, but we are less than 30 seconds from the launch of the game.
Time is upon us.
So what is this like, real quick, what is this like for you guys? All these millions of people are going to play this game. Just give me one word answer, Ted.
Surreal.
Bill?
Amazing.
Brian?
Spectacular.
Grady?
I'm going with surreal.
Ryan?
Yeah, unbelievable.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Have fun.
Go.
Marvel Spider-Man has now launched for PlayStation 4. Wow. That's a powerful moment. Okay, so one of the questions I had for you folks is, there's going to be a lot of people out there who this might be their very first entry point into Spider-Man, period. What do you think of that?
It's a tremendous, again, it's about power and responsibility. Our power is that we are lucky enough to work with this character that is loved around the world. Our responsibility is to get it right, is to show the world why we love Spider-Man, to give them the Spider-Man that they love and allow them to be Spider-Man.
Wow, that's a great answer. Ted, any thoughts on that? I mean, this is a huge gateway to a whole Marvel just universe for a lot of folks.
Well, I think for all of us and all of our team, we've all had games which sort of helped form our ideas about what games should be. And we hope that this is a game for people who are just picking up their first PlayStation 4 game or playing Spider-Man for the first time.
That's awesome. Brian, I mean, you're a huge Spider-Man fan. This must be a special moment for you. This game's out there. People are beginning to play it right now. They are firing it up, and they're about to play.
Yeah, I think for me, this has been a long journey for a lot of us, and it's a dream come true.
Congratulations. Congratulations to all you, everyone who worked on this. A huge effort. Something this big and epic doesn't just come together overnight. This is a lot of late nights. It's a lot of late nights, a lot of sacrifice.
I can tell you that. You saw that footage, right? Yeah.
4 years of this.
Yeah.
Grady, I mean, for you were there from the very beginning. It's supposed to be a little surreal for you as well. Here it is. It's out.
Yeah, I mean, it's been such a big part of my life for so long. Surreal is the only way I can describe it. I'm so excited for people to play the game. And one thing is, when you play a really good game, sometimes you can feel the energy of the team through the game itself. Yeah. And you can tell that Insomniac just loved working on this game. And I can't wait for people to have that experience when they play the game.
It's always, I've done a number of these where we get the game launched during the stream, and it's so interesting to watch the developers. They get kind of emotional, like you can see it, like it's thick in the air, you know, because it's like so much blood, sweat, and tears went into something like this. It's a really special moment. And Ryan, you must be really just kind of overwhelmed right now too.
Yeah, totally. I mean, every time we release the game a little bit, like we'll put out a new demo or something like that, seeing more people enjoy it, it's amazing. And so the fact that like everyone can play it now, it's a little overwhelming. All
this work, and here we go. It's out there for everyone. It's out there. Well, congratulations to everybody here, to Insomniac, to Marvel, and to PlayStation. Well, I work there, but yeah. Sure. Congratulations to us as well. Grady, your team worked incredibly hard on this as well. So thanks to all of you for coming by. It's a really special night. Ramon, thank you. Always a pleasure, man.
Always a pleasure. Yo, another big shout out to every artist, programmer, designer, QA tester here at Insomniac and PlayStation and Marvel who helped make this game come to life. As a fan, thank you all. The work that you do is amazing. Go play, have fun.
Well said, well said. And yeah, like, turn this off, go play Marvel Spider-Man. We're done here. We're gonna go play now too, so thanks for tuning in. All right, buddy.
You're Spider-Man. Look, next time, leave the fighting to the pros. Okay, but what if there aren't any around? Good one.
New York! Now you've been summoned for a special occasion. I'm the one who kept order in this city!
Apparently the show's not over. Is there anyone left in New York who doesn't want me dead?
A thin line between living and dying. I'm on the edge and I might just die.
Next time you get in my way, I will not be so gentle.
Girl problems again.
Gotcha! Shut up! I'm coming up. Feel the rush. Hands up. Feel the rush. I said this ain't legendary.
Rated T for teen.